Another Monday comes and goes, and once again, Raw doesn't suck. But I've got the feeling that Liv Morgan does. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And what happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. But yeah, let's talk about it. So we get the Rhea Ripley return tonight, the Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio storyline. It all continues. We get Drew McIntyre coming back. We got a lot of good stuff tonight. I think Gunther probably cut the best promo of his WWE career tonight. I thought he outshined Damian Priest. Now, maybe that's because Damian Priest is doing a poor job and Gunther looked good, or maybe Gunther tonight actually just cut a pretty decent promo. We'll talk more about it once we get there. What we had though in the main event though, unfortunately, it did suck. I can't lie. Boring main event. A main event that nobody wanted to see. Very predictable. We all knew what was going to happen. And what we knew was going to happen exactly happened. Braun Breaker coming out, interrupting the match. Eli Dragunov versus Sami Zayn should not main event Raw. And I would be surprised if the ratings do not tank because of that. But we open up Raw with Rhea Ripley. She's walking, she comes out in an elevator, she comes down to the ring, she's being followed by Dominic Mysterio. She says that Liv Morgan is running around with something that isn't hers. It belongs to Rhea. No, it's not Dominic Mysterio, because she's going to handle him later. She's walking around with something that she never lost, and that of course is the Women's Championship. She thinks that Liv thinks that she won because she took her out, but in reality, it just pissed her off, and she's coming back, and she is going to put an end to this Liv Morgan revenge tour. Dominic's pleading with Rhea. He's like, "Mommy, please, be quiet, Mammy." But he's like half speaking in Spanish. Liv Morgan then pops up in the Titantron, and she says to Rhea, "Can you hear me? Hi, my sweet girl. Before I get started here, I just wanted to apologise about my voice. I had a very long weekend in Mexico, and I've always known to be quite the screamer. Hi, Daddy Dom." And it's like, what the hell? I'm just seeing visions of R-Truth. I don't even know if that's PG. It's not PG, and it was good, and I liked this. But my problem with this is you got everybody freaking out. It's like, we should be able to get edgy stuff like this without people freaking out as if it's insane that we got it. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was funny. It was edgy. But back in the day, they used to do edgy stuff all the time, and we never freaked out. You know, they do edgy stuff now, and people make out as if it's groundbreaking. I mean, I just don't get it. I guess it's because we've been starved of anything like this for years and years and years that people are just not used to it and react a bit differently. But here, I'm not bashing it. I thought it was really good. She asked about Rhea Ripley's shoulder. She says that her shoulder's feeling good. And she says that she wants to take everything from her. At first, she was only going to take Dominic just to spite Rhea Ripley because she didn't see what Rhea seen in Dominic. But then she says the more she got to know Dom, and then she kissed him, and everything felt real. And in the end, her feelings, what her and Dominic have, is actually important. It's actually real, and it's actually more than what Dominic and Rhea have. And then she says that Mammy might be finally home, but Liv is finally on top, and top on Dominic as well, I guess. Rhea then says that she wants to challenge Liv Morgan for the belt at SummerSlam. Liv Morgan says she always knew the game would end here. She's not going to run, but she wants Rhea to know this isn't the same Liv Morgan. She done something that Rhea could never do, and that was help Dominic finally beat his deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio, 619. And then at SummerSlam, she's going to finally beat her too. And she says she will see Daddy Dom there. Then Rhea says at SummerSlam, not only does the revenge tour end, not only does your title reign end, but I'm going to end your career. We then have Dom trying to give Rhea this black rose, just paying homage, I guess, to Eddie Guerrero in China. And Rhea doesn't want any of it, and she just walks to the back. Really good opening segment. I thought it was good. Really, really enjoyed it. Great, yeah. I mean, maybe not great, but it was good. It was definitely good. Good opening segment, 100%. good way to start Raw, the correct way to start Raw. It had to start with this, and I'm glad that it did. We also got a lot of Rhea Ripley Dominic Judgment Day tonight, by the way. There was lots of like backstage segments and stuff like this. Carlito was always getting involved. Just every time Dominic would mess up, Carlito would be sticking his head in there. That's not cool. Yeah, it was good. Judgment Day stuff tonight. I liked it. Damian Priest, though, we can see that he seems to be. I think he is distancing himself from the Judgment Day. You can tell that he is leaning towards being a face, and yeah, the rest of the Judgment Day kind of aren't. Although, I mean, right now Rhea seems to be a face, so I think that Rhea and Damian Priest won't be in the Judgment Day long term. Here, it could very well end with Liv Morgan replacing Rhea in the Judgment Day and possibly Damian getting kicked out. Is that a possibility? Maybe. Anyway, up next we've got Sheamus versus Bronson Reed. If I have to criticise one thing tonight, I'm going to criticise the matches, because I thought the matches sucked. There was not one match that interested me. They were all boring, all predictable. They weren't important. And I know there was an Intercontinental title match, but we knew what was going to happen. So yeah, I stand by that. It wasn't important. Sami Zayn sucks. Eli Dragunov is boring. So there you go. Those two guys meet for the belt. I don't care. But it was Sheamus versus Bronson Reed. Sheamus beat Bronson Reed. Then Pete Dunne came out and attacked Sheamus. Why, I don't know. Why does he care? Who cares? I don't care. We go back inside the Judgment Day's clubhouse. Damian Priest is elated to have Rhea Ripley back. Rhea then expresses her gratitude for Damian for keeping things under control. This almost sounded like Rhea's in charge. It kind of sounded, the way Rhea was speaking here, it was almost like Rhea was saying, thanks, Damian, for taking care of everything, but now I'm back to lead. That's the kind of vibes I picked up here. But you can clearly see that Damian and Rhea are like 1 and 2, and then everybody else is a distant 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment. But no, it was okay. We had the tag team champs Balor and JD McDonough. They kind of apologised because Liv Morgan helped them win, but she didn't really care. And then you had Dominic again trying to kiss up to Mami, but Mami wasn't having it. Eli Dragunov then says to Sami, "Oh, last week I helped you not to get title shot." I don't know why I'm doing an Asian accent. Fuck it, I can't do Eli Dragunov's accent. Anyway, he says that I didn't help you to get the title shot, and Sami goes, "I know you didn't, but I want to fight tonight." So there you go. We got a Gunther vignette. We then got a backstage segment with Zelina Vega. She completely owned everybody here. She owned Rhea Ripley, she owned Liv Morgan, she destroyed Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. I think, hands down, Zelina Vega must be the best female person on the mic. And maybe in wrestling, maybe in all companies. I think she is. I think she is superior to anybody in WWE and AEW. I get it, I've gave Toni Storm a lot of credit, but that's more character work. Toni Storm's doing a great job with the character work, but I think mic ability, it's hard to beat Zelina Vega. I think Alexa Bliss is up there, but yeah, she's not really counting right now because she's not here, she's away. I think Zelina Vega is the best person on the mic, and she just she says she's not going to let Sonya Deville's forehead stop her, or Dominic Mysterio's mustache, or Shayna Baszler's mustache. Shayna Baszler, Jesus Christ. And by the way, I always thought that Sonya Deville was hot, but she looks like a perfect 10 next to these two. Jesus Christ, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I mean, I reckon maybe Sonya Deville has purposely went to management to try and make herself look hotter. She's like, stick me with the two ugly ducklings. If you put me in the middle, everyone's going to think I'm like prime Trish Stratus or something. I think that's what she's done there. Anyway, Zelina Vega loses to Sonya Deville in about 2 seconds. Lyra Valkyria, Katana Chance, and Kaden Carter storm to the ring, but the 3 lesbians don't leave, so therefore we get just an awkward kind of standoff. It was weird, it was strange. Dominic wants to know why Priest didn't give him the heads up about Rhea returning last week, even though he did. Damien's like, this is on you. And then we get Jey Uso appear. Jey Uso speaking to Damien, and he's like, yo, tell me that Rhea Ripley is a free agent, because he wants to move in on her. Dominic's like, yo, what you doing? That's my mommy, that's my girlfriend. and he goes to get a match because Damien says you can't let Jey Uso talk about your girl like that. So Jey Uso goes and he gets a match. Chad Gable then speaks with Adam Pearce. He wants a match with Uncle Howdy. Pearce tells him, go out tonight and get your match. Right, we then got the Damien Priest Gunther segment. Damien Priest does his whole gimmick, all rise, all that stuff. Gunther comes out and he says that, look, Priest, you're not living up to anything here. Your reign's been nothing, no prestige, no contributions, but it's okay. We're not cut for the same cloth. And if you want, I'll spare you the embarrassment at SummerSlam. Just give me the belt now and I'll lift that weight off your shoulders. Damien Priest then talks about fighting on the streets for 20 years and how he's had to take risks, how this means everything to him and he's had to fight for it. Gunther then says that he had good parents and his parents made sure he wasn't living on the street. Gunther says that living on the street is a choice. And Gunther says, you will always be street trash. I mean, this was good for Gunther. I'll give him credit, man. It was good. Damien Priest then came back with calling Gunther a boring, conceited, privileged scumbag. I just wasn't really feeling the Damien Priest replies here. I thought Gunther destroyed him in this promo. Gunther definitely came out looking good. Braun Breaker then got escorted out of the arena by security just so he couldn't get involved in the main event, even though he did get involved. So again, what was the point of that? Third match, Damien Priest versus Braun Strowman. Priest beats Braun Strowman clean, works the leg, hits the Southside chokeslam, and that was it really. So at this point, Braun Strowman really isn't doing much. And then Gunther came out, and him and Priest got into a bit of a brawl, awkward brawl, and then Gunther retreated. It was strange. I don't know why they'd done this. I don't think it was necessary. I mean, Gunther came into the ring, hit a chop, Damien Priest hit a couple of punches, and then Gunther just retreated. It was weird. Fourth match, Katana Chance and Caden Carter with Lyra Valkyria taking on Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. And we got your basic tag team match here. This match went on too long, in my opinion. Just a women's match I don't care for. All the matches sucked tonight. Apart from the Priest one, I thought was decent. The rest of them just didn't do it for me. We then seen Dominic say to Rhea Ripley, I've got a match tonight against Jey Uso to defend your honour. Rhea's like, are you stupid? What are you doing that for? And then Dominic tries to back out. He's like, that's alright. I'll just go to Pearce and cancel it. And he's like, no, you can't cancel it. You have to go ahead and you have to do it. So Dominic goes. He has the match. Liv Morgan comes out, tries to help Dominic. She ends up on top of Dominic again. Rhea Ripley's music plays. Liv Morgan goes, oh shit, and then she runs up the arena. She runs up the crowd, runs up the stairs. And look, I am not a snowflake. I am not going to cry. I'm not going to bitch about this, but you can clearly see those double standards in WWE. I mean, we always hear about how, and not just in WWE, but in real life, how women want equality and all this stuff. But it just doesn't exist. Look at what they're doing with this Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio thing. And I'm not complaining, I'm not. But could you imagine if it was reversed and Dominic Mysterio was on top of Liv Morgan and he is pinning her shoulders down while she's resisting, while she's like saying no and putting her hands up to try and block it? Could you imagine if it was the other way around? So yeah, I mean, it's a bit weird. You know, never mind Hulkamania running wild, double standards are running wild, and I mean, it's been like that for a long, long time in WWE, especially with like when it's physical and women hitting men and men not even being allowed to defend themselves. But we haven't really seen. It's been a long time since we've seen any sort of like chemistry or like physical romance taking place. And like what we're seeing now is it's clearly all one-way traffic. It's Liv Morgan forcing herself onto Dom, and it's like you just would not see it the other way about, or else Raw would probably be getting cancelled. But anyway, I'm not complaining. It's good stuff. I just think it is strange that they almost have to book. They have to book it this way to make it obvious that that the woman clearly wants it. I remember reading something about House of the Dragon, and they were complaining about the Game of Thrones sex scenes, and they say that the sex scenes in Game of Thrones didn't look consensual. So they were doing their best in House of the Dragon. That's the new Game of Thrones prequel For anybody that doesn't know, they were going to do their best to make sure that the sex scenes in House of Dragon were consensual. So basically, it was always like the women initiating it. And you know, it's just fucking weird how it's so paranoid and they have to make things like that clear. But that's kind of the vibes I'm getting here. It's just Dom's literally just there, you know. Dom can't even say no. He's not allowed to say no. Liv Morgan's not even taking no for an answer. And again, you flip that, and it's going to be getting mayhem. The news and media is going to be getting involved. It's just strange. But anyway, let's move on. We had the Drew McIntyre segment. I thought really sucked. Disappointed. Why should Drew apologise to two bum refs? Drew's been getting screwed left, right and centre. The refs, Adam Pearce, everybody in WWE should be apologising to Drew, because Drew's the one that's been getting fucked. So yeah, Drew doesn't apologise. Adam Pearce then says you'll still suspend it. Drew pushes some referees down. Seth Rollins comes out to make the save, because I guess the guy's not relevant. He's got nothing else to do. So he comes out, makes a save, and just wasn't very good, guys. This kind of sucked. Chad Gable then called out Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy came out, got attacked for the Creed brothers. Uncle Howdy laughed. I guess he doesn't feel pain. And then the rest of the Wyatt Six came out and they posed in the ring. I mean, it was different, but it wasn't great. We had a good Eric Rowan promo, though. Eric Rowan cut a good promo talking about how he used to have a family and now his family's gone, his family's dead. Damn, this was actually really good. I thought the Eric Rowan promo was really good. He's talking about how he's like the last surviving member, but now he's found a new family. This was really good, actually. Never really rated Eric Rowan as a worker or anything like that. I would say this is the guy's best promo. Because if you think of the Wyatt family, him and Luke Harper, they didn't really do anything. They were just kind of there. You know, Bray Wyatt was the guy that did all the talking. He was the one that did the promos. And they kind of just stood next to him. I'm not being disrespectful. It's the God's honest truth. People mark it as if Luke Harper was like a legend. I mean, he wasn't. He was kind of just like a guy that, you know, a backup. He was a crony, I guess, for Bray Wyatt. Same with Eric Rowan. I think this was Eric Rowan's best work, this promo. Best thing I've seen him do since he jobbed it to The Rock in 7 seconds. And then we get the main event. Main event sucked. Main event absolutely sucked. Braun Breaker came down, got involved, DQ, probably going to set up a triple threat match. Who cares? They need to get the belt off Sami Zayn and put it on Braun Breaker. But yeah, a main event with Sami Zayn and Eli Dragunov, for me, isn't the way to end Raw. So yeah, guys, look, there was some good stuff. I thought the Dominic, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley stuff was really good. I thought Gunther cut a good promo. I thought the Eric Rowan promo was great. So, yeah, I thought the promos were good tonight, probably minus the Drew McIntyre one. I'm not saying the Drew McIntyre one absolutely sucked, but it was a letdown because Drew's been so good, and I just felt like this one did not deliver. Adam Pearce wanting a fake, phony apology. Like, fuck off. Apologise for what? Why doesn't Triple H apologise for making us watch, like, so many shite shows over the past couple of years? Yeah, Raw might be half decent now, but I mean, for so long it was terrible. If anyone should apologise, it should be Triple H. Anyway, guys, comes to the rating time. Due to the lack of good matches or meaningful matches, I'm going to give Raw a 4. It was an okay show. I thought the promos were good. Had there been a couple of good matches, I would have maybe give it like a 6. But the matches for me just didn't. They didn't deliver. They didn't. I mean, there was only one match that I enjoyed, and even then, Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman. It was a bit of a throwaway match. Braun Strowman's return to WWE hasn't really done much. People say that Triple H is the king. He saves everyone's careers. I mean, Braun Strowman's career was better before he came back to WWE. He's just turned into a big SOB of a jobber. Anyway, guys, 4 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.